Okay, I am going to string a guitar, and I have some people with questions that are never strung an instrument before, a guitar, and they want some help and guidance, and they're concerned that they may do it wrong. And it's not rocket science, but I'm just going to string it up for you, and Kim here is helping video. So the first thing, my tools that I have is I have a winder. You can buy these at the guitar shop for, I don't know, $5 or so. You can do it without that, it just speeds the process. I do have a tuner that I'll need. I have my trusty bullnose clips and new strings. We are putting on Elexers, light gauge strings. Anyway, here we go. Kim, you may want to get on top and get the thing, figure out which way's down. And then we got to remove the strings, like so. Once we know which way's down and we're certain which way's down, first order of business is to get the strings off. One's off. Make sure you hear the sound going down. And this is a student's guitar that really needs new strings. It's one they brought me to see if this one was good enough for them to learn on, or if this was a toy guitar. And this is it's a little decent, little low-end Ibanez. I tuned it up with the 5 strings that were on it and played it, and it was decent. Okay, now to make sure you know which way is a newbie. That's getting higher, so we got to go lower so we know it's that way on this side. You can hear it going down. And then we got one more, because the bottom string, or the one string, E string, is not on this one. Oops, I messed up. There's nothing on that one. Got to go to this one. Oop, that one just popped. Okay, cool. So now there's a little trusty, if you see right here, that is designed to fit these pegs. And if you have this type of setup here on your, this is your bridge and this is your saddle. You're going to take these off. Don't lose those. We'll set them aside. And notice I do, I intentionally, well, easier said than done sometimes. You just got to pull up on the string and get it out. Get that up under there. There we go. Pull up on that one a little bit, see if we can get it. There. You got to get that up under there. These strings will come out. I'm going to show you what to do with those old strings in just a minute. Pull up on it. Well, that one don't want to come. So let me go back to this one. There we go. So we've got 2. One's being stubborn here. Okay, if that don't work, you can always go in here and get your hand inside it and push up on the bottom of them too. And that works. So now we have the old strings off. Always take the old ones. Eventually I throw them away. But I keep them for now. You never know, you might pop a string and you need an extra one. Hopefully you won't. And those are put aside. Now we have the new strings. Also make sure your hands are clean when you're dealing with new strings. "12, 16, 24. You just want to make sure you put the smallest one on the smallest position. Now I really should, you may want to clean this if you have stuff to clean it with. I'm just going to pop the strings on.
Okay, here we go.
First string. Take that peg, just put it in there, put it in the groove. You're keeping the little groove part with the string facing the rest of the guitar. Okay, that's the first string. Then we're coming back here. And this is kind of some judgment. Let me see, this one's got some old string material on it that I need to get off of here. And that's why I have my trusty bullnose clips for that. And you'll see later what I really have them for. You can use them almost as a... Ooh,
did you cut
careful.
yourself?
I'm bleeding.
Rip.
It happens. Oh, I got it off. That little piece of string is what got me right there too. Okay, so.
Yowza.
If it had been on my calloused fingers, it probably wouldn't even have broke through. But no, it had to be on the thumb.
Nice.
Okay, this is the nut. We're putting that right there on the nut. I'm trying to leave, just kind of gauging. I don't want to have that much string sticking up. I'm just gauging a little bit of string there. And then I'll take my trusty tuning, and I like to tune mine where everything's going in. On this side, that would be clockwise. On the other side, it's going to be counterclockwise, looking down upon it at least. Okay, what I do, I just let the first round go, and it went over. This string here is under the other string. And this is the trick that I've learned through the years. Oops, I'm going the wrong way. Now, the next time that string comes around, I'm going to pull this up and bend it up like that so that it's going to go over it this time, therefore forcing that string to wrap around on top of itself. Some people have all types of creative knots that they tie in this. I don't really tie knots. I just go over, under, over, under. Right here, I want this one to be under because the last one was over, so I'm going under. And then I'll go here. And so it's wrapped around twice. Watch your string. Make sure that it's not it popped off and got to the second little notch there, so I got to move it back over to the first notch because we know that one goes there. Now I'm not going to use that winder anymore as it's pulling the test. I'm not trying to bring it all the way up to tune yet. And just to get this thing out of my way, I'm now going to cut this off, but I'm not going to cut it down close. I'm going to leave myself some room. And I'm going to cut leave 2 inches for now. Later, I will cut the rest off, but not yet. And that is nail trash. Okay. Now that's one string. We got to repeat that 6 times. That's the 12. Where's the next smallest one is 16. So same thing again. This gets a little tedious. I wish I had the technology and right stuff so I could do a pause button and pause this. You don't have to sit with me on all this, but I don't have the technology set up to do that. So here we are. And we have, this one has some old string material on it too, because this is one that popped when I took it off a minute ago. I hadn't had that happen much in my 30 years of putting strings on where they pop right there.
That's Boone. Hey, baby.
Hey, Boone. Okay, the bullnose got that off, so cool. Hey, Boone, how are you? My hands are clean, so I'm not going to pet my dog.
Ah. Go get it. Go get it. Go get it.
Okay.
Where's your ball? Go get it.
Okay.
Go get your ball.
All right, now we're doing the same thing again. And we're turning this again towards the inside. So looking down upon it, you can see that it is clockwise. And we're spinning that. Oh, that string's getting in my way. Kim.
Well,
Okay.
pull it up.
And I'm not as good at winding these things as some people. I've probably strung more without a winder than with a winder. Okay, so the first time was under. Actually, it was. I can't remember which way it was, but I got another round.
It was under.
It was under, okay. So now it's. That last time was under, next time's going to be over. And I'm pulling that up and literally trying to make it go up and over it. And the trick here is you want these to wrap around themselves so they're holding themselves snug down in here.
The peg is up. It's supposed to be up like that. The peg.
You're talking about the peg right there?
Over there.
Oops, nope. You see that? That happens sometimes. You know what you do? Just push it back down. Okay?
Yeah.
Worst thing that happens, you have to take it back off and redo it. Luckily, we don't have to do that. I'm going to just cut that down to about 2 inches. Just. Now we got. Next up one, put here. Now we got to go here again. And watch these things. They'll cut you. Living proof right there.
Is it sore?
Nah, it ain't hurting no more. Okay, that one's under. I'm literally pulling it. And now I won't. Okay, right. I can't. No, Kim, don't do it. Don't do it. Leave it alone. We'll show them how to do it. We'll show you that happens, okay?
Yeah.
But this down here is more important than that. That'll come back, okay? I had to get that underneath and I ran it under. Now we'll go back up here and push this back down. It's okay. Don't freak out over little stuff. Okay, now watch back here. This one's going under. And that string is now wrapping around and coming up over that string before. And the tension's gonna strap it down just fine. Again, some people will say tie knots. It's preference. I think wrapping over and under is fully sufficient. And this one I'm going over, the last one was under, so it's gonna come back over that one again, and you can see how much string we got. You don't wanna get 8 or 10 or 15 rounds around that, because the strings, especially as the strings get bigger, you don't have as many rounds that you can get away with. When I say rounds, I'm talking literally wrap around that peg. Oops, it popped out again. This one's being stubborn. I hadn't had that happen much at all through the years. But it's happening today. That's good that you're seeing a struggle. I've been stringing guitar since 1989, maybe 1988. It slipped, you hear it? That's okay, that's normal. Okay, now this one's bronze. I'm gonna just come up a little bit again, a couple inches, and just cut that off, get it out of the way. Just leave it all there for now. Just keep getting the strings on. This is the fourth one. Okay, and after we do this, I got another set of strings over there, and we're gonna pull another guitar down, and we'll video Kim doing her first guitar that she strings. What do you think, Kim? I'm just picking. I won't make you do it on video. I'll just make you string it. How about that?
Okay. It's my, I need to learn.
Okay, now this one, if you look here, I'm not letting that be up as high because we don't get as many rounds here, but I still want to have at least a few rounds because I don't have but so many rounds to be able to tie it off. Okay. And I just, I just do them by hand here.
So you're doing those backwards?
Yes, these are counterclockwise. I want everything to be round like that and then round opposite way. That's the way I string, and I think that's the way most people string.
So both go in.
Yeah, going in. So that one's clockwise. Oh, this side is counterclockwise.
Okay.
That's if you're looking straight down upon it.
Okay.
Okay, and
They
this
are.
one is under. And that's coming up again. Okay, I pulled on that and it hooked up in there. Cool. Eventually that would have pulled up anyway. So now that's under. The first one's under, so I got to wrap this up under this to get it where it's going to be opposite direction. And it can get a little confusing on the under and over, but you just look at it and see that it's wrapping over itself. This bigger string will be a little easier to see. Where it's.
¿Cuántos minutos? Tu habla español. How many minutes do you want to run this?
Until we're done.
Okay.
I said it could be 30 minutes. I don't
No,
know.
you're doing great.
How long are we in it?
17.
We ain't tuned up yet either.
No. You're more than halfway through with the stringings.
I got 2 more to do, and then we got to tune it. Okay, and tuning's part of it, because you can pop the strings when you're tuning them suckers up.
Yeah.
So, if you're not careful, in fact, the first time you tune it up, especially for newbies that aren't used to tuning your strings all the way from down, I would tell you just tune it up half step or so lower. If you don't know what that means, put your guitar tuner on chromatic and tune everything 2 notes or 1 note lower. The chromatic is the C setting, if you don't know what that means. It means it's not trying to do it exactly what the guitar is, it's just telling you what note you're on. If you have questions, feel free to put them in the comments. Okay, I'm doing even less looseness in there because these strings are thicker, we don't get as many rounds. Okay, here we go. Trying to be efficient here on time. Okay, popping that up. Oops, this has come undone again. Pull that back down. Let me pull on that. There, it popped in place. Okay. A lot of my other guitars are pull-throughs and not the pop-downs, so yeah, depending on what yours are. And I'll go over and show you the difference on that before at the end of this video. Okay, the last one was under, and so this one needs to be over. So I'm gonna wrap that up under. Boom. Tuning some of the other ones a little higher. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna cut this one off about 2 inches. 1 more string. Yeah, and those really, in my opinion, oops, you can just push that back down. You shouldn't have to pay a guitar store to do this for you. If you're doing that, it's not because you shouldn't be capable of doing it. It's because you're just time. You don't want to take 20 or 30 minutes to do it yourself. But you know, when I first started playing guitar years ago, and I could buy guitar strings for a couple of bucks for a pack, I would change my guitar strings every 2 weeks or so, just because I love the way new strings sound. Now I don't really do that as much, but for not as time and money, but if you're new to playing guitar and you're scared that strings are going to mess your guitar up, it's not. Okay, think of it as changing your shoelaces on your shoes. If your shoelaces get dirty, you can change them. If it was a bass guitar, you wouldn't even change them. You just clean them and wash them and bowl them, but because the strings are more expensive. But for acoustic guitar, you can just change them. And here I got too much space in here, so I'm having to undo what I just did. It's too much space here. I can look at it and tell. And I just got to pull this thing through right here. Got to pull through a little bit further so there's not as much space right there. There, that little bit on that low E string could make a difference, in my opinion. I'm sure some other skilled guitarists are looking at this and saying, "Oh, it would have been fine," but that's my 2 cents worth. On these 2 strings, the 5 string and the 6 string, if you don't get them tied off, usually they hold pretty well without being tied off or overlap. But if you can get them overlapped, great.
That makes the sound like after you eat too much food, your stomach goes.
Kim, this is a video I'm going to post. Now we got to undo the whole thing and redo it because you're talking about inappropriate things on the air.
But it so sounds funny. It's like a commercial sound.
Okay. Kim was doing really good and staying quiet as if she wasn't here like camera people are supposed to do.
Oh, gosh.
But anyway, so now we have a guitar. Go over here. And we're putting our tuner on. And I'm putting it on chromatic, or C. If you see the tuner, can you see the tuner, Kim? Mm-hmm. That's C. Yep. And then that's G. That's guitar where a lot of you do it. But go back over and put it on the C. It's on C. Okay, so now I can see that this one is on G. We know it's supposed to be on E, so let's see. I'm gonna do the bottom one, just tune up a minute. I'm gonna tune it to D instead of E. This next one, instead of being B, it'll be A. Instead of being B, it'll be A. Then the next one would be, instead of D, it's going to be C. Oh, what just happened? It's okay, guys. It's okay. It just stretched. So let's see. It's stretched out a lot. This one's supposed to be on G, so I'm going to go up to F. It's already almost up to G, so let me go back down to F. E. Go up to F. Oh, it's on guitar. That's what I got on the wrong set, and I got to have it on chromatic. And now I'm at F sharp. That's what was messing me up. Okay. Got to get that one back up to A. I'm back on the 2nd string again. So now we should have the bottom of a. Bottom 3 strings are kind of loosely in tune. Now we got to get the 4th one. So this is supposed to be a D, so we'll go up to C. It's already at D sharp. half steps down to D. Already got it too high. D, G. That's at D, and I need to go down with it. So I'm tuning everything down. So we're going to C. That one's at F. The 2 string is at A. Fine tuning here. Now, I will wait until tomorrow before I cut them back down and make them all nice and neat down here, okay? In case you need to, if something happens, if you need to pull anything back off, you got some extra space to work with. Now, if you, I have tuned it lower. Some people say, why are you tuning it too lower? I'm wanting these strings to stretch out. And if you are not accustomed to bringing strings all the way up and you get them too high, you may pop them, especially the B string, the E string, and the D string, okay? If you put the capo on the 2nd fret, it's now back up at full tune, and you're playing, that should be an E, and it's A, D, G, B, E. All right, and there's your lesson on tuning. Thanks. Please subscribe to my channel. And if you have questions about not tuning, but stringing, let me know.